I ain't gon' see in weeks. Homeboy got left by wife and kids, so he busy skipping meals. Me and baby mom don't speak. My little cuz catching seizures. My whole life feeling brittle. I can't renew my purpose. I done went home, so mom's just great for a moment. She felt too real. How am I supposed to take care of her when I can't pay these bills? I just want land on rims. I might just sell my limbs. I just want feast for peace. These dreams better fucking save my children. Ay, my deliverance. Throughout the drought, I'm a river dance. I don't live by chance, I'm a summer this. Greener grass where the serpents live. Nothing ever lasts if it slips from hand. Catch it second like we at the thrift. Voices in my head speak a different language, so I can't change a narrative. Yeah, my level.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of The Seeker with your boy Indie Code. And today we have a special guest, man. We just had a young, nice chat outside, man, about the past and the future,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. I have my brother, Genoside.
Yeah. What's up, Indigo? What's up, dog?
Genoside, man. From Genoside.
Indie Code. Is it Indie Code?
Indie Code, yeah.
Indie Code. Okay.
Yeah.
How did that name come about?
Man, why are you asking me questions?
No,
okay.
I'm just asking you. Maybe there's some of your following that don't know yet how it came about the name. So yeah.
Okay. It's actually a quite long story. It's a long story. I should do a whole video actually about this. But it's just like it comes from code comes from like what people used to call me. Remember when I was young, people used to call me Homu.
Yeah.
So as we went on, that evolved into cow. Right?
Cow. Yeah.
And then I would like try to spice it up, write it with a K and an O and a W.
Yeah.
Right? And like in like rap lingo, you can say dub instead of W.
Yeah.
So I would write K-O dub.
Instead
of W.
Instead of W.
But one of the guys we actually went to school with, Musa Mahola, I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He actually mispronounced it. He saw it and said Kodab. Wow. He saw it and said Kodab. He didn't say K-O-Dab. He just said Kodab.
He said Kodab.
And then people would hear him and say Koda.
Okay.
So they would call me Koda, and that's like maybe towards like grade 12.
Yeah. That's
of my life.
Tweak,
Yeah. And then when I leave, go to tertiary, I started doing IT. So the Koda turns into a code.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the indie part is just a whole other long story. You know what I'm saying?
It's dope. I like
so that's just half of it.
It's a journey.
Exactly, dog. Exactly. But I have my brother Genoside, like I said, originally here from the 056.
056.
Where you originating now, or where you at right now, man?
I'm all the way in Johannesburg right now. I'm in Springs. It's like it's also like an area where it's also on the other side. It feels like I'm back on the farm that side. But it's a dope area. It's just like Kronstadt. It's peaceful. It feels a lot more like home,
Yeah.
Helps with the work ethic. It's not that busy Johannesburg lifestyle. So I'm in Springs in the east of Johannesburg.
Yeah, I feel like those are the best places. The places around Joburg, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Because like Joburg it's stressful, bro. It's like you go to Johannesburg and then you it's too many girls. First of all, it's too many places to visit. Like it's too many everything. You get what I'm saying? So then you find yourself missing home so much. Because you're like, back home, it was just so simple, trusting people and everything like that.
Yeah.
Now, among so many people you don't trust. And eventually you just find yourself, you just want to move back home. So I realized it's not home. It's not about moving back home. It's just about changing that environment in Johannesburg, finding a more quiet and peaceful. Because I come from quiet and peaceful.
Yeah.
And once you mess that method up, of growing up, you grow up a certain way. Now you're trying to live another way. You're playing a lot.
It can mess you up too.
It can mess you up. Yeah,
you
can get into things that you never knew. You're not aware of it. So you end up making a lot of mistakes that you can't come back from. You get what I'm saying? So that's the problem.
That's fact. So that's how you actually ended up going to Joburg, right? So let's start basically. by saying, what do you do? What do you do, Jenny?
Yeah, I'm an artist, man. I'm a hip hop artist. I make music, hip hop music. I don't, not the fact that I don't want to box myself in, because I think it's like a statement that's being used, like overused now.
Yeah.
But I vocalize hip hop. Let me say that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm a rapper. Like, I vocalize hip hop. Like, I like the rhythm. I like playing with it. I can do a little bit of notes, and then I can keep it straight up gangster. So I'm a hip hop artist.
Yeah. So where did it start, bruh? Like, we actually went to primary school together.
Yeah. Cool.
And I was saying that.
Shout out, Mr. Lawrence.
Yeah. Shout out, Mr. Lawrence. Oh my gosh, bruh. Yeah, bruh. And I was saying that even back then, you had like a little bit of that music in you already, man.
Yeah.
Tell me, like, how did it go from there to where we are today, man?
Yeah, like eventually, in school, like I told you earlier on, like it was dudes like Hotso, dudes like Santi, dudes like Tepo, like Lauren.
Yeah.
So they had more confidence in what they did. I'd never, like I told you earlier on, I never had that confidence of like being out there doing ciphers, and I always thought like, it's not gonna be the best. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it started back in Brampark when I started making like bushy rap music. That's what we used to call it. So there was bushy rap music. I made that for like since 2007 until like about 2012. That's the last time I made music back home. So then 2012 came around, and I was just like, I'm not gonna make music anymore. It's not gonna work. I'm like, it's just a thing, man. So eventually I started working, went to university. And when I went to university, man, I don't know, man. I went to Pucker. So it's not like I went to a university like Wits or UJ where hip hop is popular.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Pucker, there's no hip hop. So I don't know how the hip hop bug bit me in Porch, but eventually it bit me. Like eventually I came back. I enjoyed writing again. So I dropped like one of my first singles, BMK. But I realized that, okay, I can't do this in Porch. Like, I can't make hip hop in Porch. Like, Porch is not like a place for hip hop. Let me take my things and we pack up. I was doing political science and governance. I was just like, no, man, I can't see myself doing this. Kept asking my fellow students, like, yo, what's our job gonna be? Like, I don't know. Okay, and you, what's our work gonna be? I don't know. And that's the thing. Like, everybody should be aware of it. Don't just go to university just to go to university. Like, get something like like a lot of people just go there because of the entire status and the family member saying, oh, he's in university. Don't like go into something it's your job gonna be in like your future. Don't just choose something because they say your points add up to this, so you can do this, so you just want to do this to escape home or to love that university life. Really look for a job, look for a career. I think that's what a lot of people didn't do. Back in when I was at university, a lot of the guys didn't know what their career is gonna be. But I mean, that's the last point of your career. University is supposed to be, according to society, that last point of your career.
We're supposed to know
into your career, right? But then a lot of people in university don't know what's the next step.
That's true.
They have like so many things. I was like, what you gonna do? No, I think I'm gonna do this and this and this and that. But you're like, okay, so you don't have like a clear
idea of
what you're gonna do.
That's true.
So eventually packed up my bags, said I'm going to Johannesburg in 2017. And yeah, man, that's where the journey started. Like, that's where I started making a lot more music. But we'll get into. There's also another cut. So I stopped music like twice in my life.
Is it?
Yeah.
What makes you stop music every time you stop? Like, is it the same thing?
The first time I stopped music, I didn't see like the relevance of music. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I didn't realize the relevance of music. The second time I stopped music, I was in this crew called like Roots 501. This was a production I started with my homeboy Kevy. You remember Kevy?
Oh, Kevin Oliphant.
Yeah, Kevin Oliphant. Me and Kevy actually started it in the labs in Porch. But it's something that me and my cousins took on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Kevin was like, "Aye, nah, I'm not gonna die like," or something happened, man. And
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
was just like, "Aye, ends out."
Yeah.
Eventually, I took over this company with my cousins that were living in Joburg. I moved to their house.
Okay.
But the politics, yo, it was too messed up, right? Like, growing up at home, I never had politics with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was never like the beef guy. Like even if
Okay.
people had beef,
Yeah.
I chill with y'all. I don't care.
Everybody,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I'll chill with everybody. I don't
Ah.
care. Like that's your beef.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? But eventually when I got to Joburg, like I saw like, yo, there's so much distrust, there's so much beef. Even
Yeah.
in the crew we created, like there was so many fights, so many chaos, like people just arguing and things like that. And the core focus was not the music anymore. The core
Okay.
focus was the status.
So that's what drove you away. a
Yeah,
little bit.
that's what made me take a step back and to be like, yo, is this what you want? I was like, no, I don't want this. I was like, that's not what I want. I want to make music. I love making and writing music. I don't like this entire thing that you're going for. Oh no, you hear this show, this no, bro. I'm not into that. Like I realized that, like, so, and then I stopped working on music for a while, and I impregnated my ex, and I just dropped like I impregnated her, and then I was like, oh hell no, it's gonna be all over when I get a kid. Hell no. Like, let me see, God, you're giving me 9 months to make it. I'm gonna take this 9 months and I'm gonna make it.
Is it?
So that was a mindset at that point.
Wow.
Then I eventually, like, I worked on a project called To Confuse. Check it out on SoundCloud. To Confuse. I dropped it, everything, released it. The project did well back home. I didn't do so well in Johannesburg, but it did well back home. And that's what actually motivated me to do music
To keep
again.
doing
Because
it.
I was down and out. I was at a point I had a kid, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm struggling in life. I'm not making a lot of cash, and I was like, if I'm gonna stop again. But before I could stop, I came back home, and the homies were proud, and that was always what I looked for. I just looked at trying to make the people proud around me, like seeing that smiles on their faces.
No, that's it.
And then when I came back home, man, they embraced me, and they're like, yo, bro, like, we didn't understand why you dropped out of university. Some of us, people that said like the worst things to me back then, when they heard To Confuse, they came back, they apologized. They're like, yo, bro, chase this dream, dog. I can hear this, like this.
Yeah, you
This
got
what
it.
you
Like
made
that.
right here.
Yeah.
This is an amazing thing you just did right here.
Wow.
It's not like the music you used to make back home just to party to.
Yeah.
We actually spoke about real things. Things that we could feel, things that we can relate to. So, bruh, like, pursue this.
Yeah.
And that's where the mind changed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you think maybe like the potency of that when they feel like, okay, this guy was writing off things that he was feeling, was it because of that deadline that you gave yourself?
Yeah. It was that deadline, bro. I literally did that To Confuse project in 1 week. I wrote it down in 1 week.
Damn.
It was like, it was that point. Like, I was just like, it's there. Like, my son's coming. Like, my first thought was, what am I gonna tell my son? You know what I mean? And I couldn't get to it. So I was like, yo, what are you gonna tell yourself then? You get what I'm saying? In the next couple of years.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, yeah, let me talk to myself.
So it's all in that project.
It's all in that project, like,
Man.
from Confidence, from Tony, from Night Shift, from To Be Continued. Like, it's all in that project where I just speak about myself.
Yeah.
Things that I experienced, the things that I touched, things that I did, the people around me, and seeing how everybody reacted, and everybody felt like, nah, this was dedicated for me.
Yeah.
This is like, nah, this is dedicated for me.
Oh, damn.
So it was like, yo, okay.
That's how you know you wrote something
that's
potent.
like, oh, nah, that's dope.
Yeah.
I can still touch people through music. I don't have to physically touch them, but I can still touch them through music. So that's
Wow. So sometimes that's what it takes. It takes putting yourself in a corner, in a sense.
Yeah, definitely.
To do that, man.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
Not putting yourself life put
Life,
you in
okay.
the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't choose to be in a corner, but
Yeah.
it was life like just saying, hey, wake up.
Yeah.
Like what you want to do now.
You have to make decisions.
Make decisions.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna run back to mama. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. You're gonna give up on your dreams. You're gonna come back home. Like, what you gonna do?
You have to
it was
know.
Life asking me like, what you gonna do? And
Yeah.
without a doubt in my mind, I chose music.
Mm.
And that's when I realized, no,
Music
this is love.
It's part of you.
Yeah, this is love.
Yeah.
Like I've been trying to quit this thing.
Yeah.
I can't.
Damn.
It just keeps calling me back. Like so, I was like,
Yeah.
and run away from it.
You have to keep doing
I
it.
have to do it.
Yeah. And it feels like, how old is your son now?
My son is 3 years old.
Yeah. I'm sure now he's a reminder of that. Of like,
Yeah, definitely.
Right, like-
like when the project dropped, like I think he was born already, or he wasn't born. Like the mother of my child would be able to. She still talks about that moment. I think he was born. So yeah, like so when my child got born, I remember playing the project and he was like a baby, man, but he moved his head. Funny enough, now that I speak about it, my son knows every song on my latest projects, on the songs that I released, everything right now.
Yeah.
He knows lyrics to each and all of those songs. Not all the lyrics. He knows like the catchy parts.
Yeah, the positive
Like,
thing.
yeah, like he like on Aboriginal, he does this. When I come on the down, it take the no one time, so like he has this thing like with a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
Like Black Voodoo, he
Yeah.
sings that part of that song.
Yeah.
So since my son, before he could speak,
Yeah.
he bumped his head
To your
to the
stuff.
project.
Yeah.
'Cause I had like this moment with him in the room and I was like, yo. And I was just being selfish. Like, hey, yo, listen, this is that.
Yeah, yeah.
And the nigga bomb. Like, yeah.
No, that sounds
so,
special, dog.
Yeah, so that's a constant reminder. When I look at my son, it's a constant reminder. Like, okay, the decisions I made and
Yeah.
the things that I want to pursue more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, bruh.
Yeah.
Like me, spending time listening to your music. Even with like when you describe yourself as hip hop, yes, definitely. But I feel like you can do so much within that hip hop realm, bro. Like, can you talk about that influence? What are your influences? Where do you take these from?
If you can hear a lot of K Dot in my music.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, you can hear a lot of K Dot in terms of like the change of personality in his music. I always felt like I had a conversation with a couple of my homies and we were speaking about, you know, personalities, and I've always been that person to be like, yo, you know, people always say like keep your circle tight, keep your circle small. I'm always a person that says keep different circles, because this circle you're supposed to speak philosophy with. This circle you're supposed to speak about women. This circle is supposed to help you with career.
Yeah.
This circle is supposed to help you with investment. This circle is supposed to help you with your vacation plans. So keep different circles. Feed all your personalities.
Yeah.
It's an entire stereotype that you have to be one person the entire time.
That's a
That's
fact.
like really depressing.
It is.
Being one person for your entire life.
Yeah.
People being look at that code moving different now. Yeah, what I'm saying? No, bro, I'm not moving different. There's a different scenario. In different scenario, when you get like, I always tell people like, this is how it works. When you go home, you're a child. You speak differently to your mom. You speak differently to your family. When you're up in that streets, you're a homie. You speak differently to the old ones. You speak differently to your gang. When you're with your girl, your boyfriend, you speak differently to her.
That's
You speak
true.
differently. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For me, I'm a father. I don't speak to anyone
The way you
like how I
speak
speak
to-
to my
yeah.
son.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Makes sense,
And I
bro.
don't speak to anyone like how I speak to my mom. And I don't speak to anyone like I speak to my homie. And this has been the personality change that has helped me get through life. Because if I had switched those codes, if I decided to speak to my mom like I speak to my homies,
Yeah.
it would be disrespectful. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So at the end of the day, I had to learn to say, okay, you know, you have to change those personalities, and that's how that influences came. I always heard Kendrick changing up personalities to
Yeah.
speak about a certain thing, arrogance, that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool, I want that, because I always speak about changing your personality.
Man.
And then Smino, Saba, Andre 3000.
Yeah.
That's my favorite artists.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't listen to too much Saba, but I know Smino is also somebody who's like versatile, very versatile.
Versatility.
Yeah. Where do you get that from? The choosing to sing when you know you can rap. Where do you get that part from?
That's Smino. I would say Drake, but it's not Drake.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people.
I feel like it kind of is Drake for everyone because Drake did do that thing.
Started it, but Smino did it in an entire different way. Like, I got a piece on a white. Like,
he uses a little bit
sound.
He uses
like,
his voice.
He uses a voice type of thing instead of like, I got a pizza. You get what I'm saying? He uses this making fun of like, you know, there's still this rhythmic flow, like almost like Biggie. You get what I'm saying? I think if Biggie had a singing voice, a lot of his music would have singing in it. You get what I'm saying? You would try to with the line, what's your phone, what's your sign?
Yeah.
So about the wine.
Yeah.
So now if you were singing it, like, I think any singer can do that amazingly because that flow,
definitely, Joe.
You get what I'm saying?
There is that pocket of artists who like do a rap singing thing. That's not like Drake, and that's not like T-Pain.
Yeah.
It's like in between.
Yeah, it's in between.
Erykah Badu.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Erykah Badu's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I picked up. So that's also from the New Soul era.
Yeah.
I like New Soul.
I feel like your music definitely, it does say Neo Soul as much as it says hip hop.
Yeah, I love New Soul.
Yeah, bro. I feel like your music would be great live, dog. I've never seen you live, but your live show must be great, dog.
Yeah, bro. I have a couple of live videos that I haven't released yet, but I'm gonna release them soon. I just need to speak to the guy that shot the video because he wanted to do the show, because I wanted to do like a show where I perform every song like live, like, you know, just performing it live like this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna release that on YouTube. But I recently also just did like an online show type of thing, which is also gonna be released, where I do more live performances. That's actually the thing. I love live performances.
Yeah.
I love them. Like every time I get a chance, I like sitting down live performances and like relax. Even if the song is hype, like I can be hype on a seat.
Stripped down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I enjoy that. I still have like a lot of plans in my head of like getting venues, filling it up maybe with like 20 people and doing live shows and just with the camera and just put it out there. So like you said, like I want to do more live. I want to.
Definitely, you should, bro. You should.
Yeah.
And if you ever record that live version of anything, definitely hook me up.
I will.
We're looking to play things like that on the radio station specifically.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
Dope. It's a dope idea, though.
Yeah, man. Tell me about your live performance history and like things like that. Have you performed a ton? Have you like tell me about your first performance that you ever had. Like, how was that?
Performance ever. I had a lot of performances in my lifetime. My first ever live performance had to be in Bram Park Community Hall. That was my first performance ever. I think it was a show in 2007. Yeah, it was in 2007. I had this crew called TSB. So this was like an old crew back in the day. And we did this song called like My Jesus is King. So it was like literally like a gospel song, right? So we performed that at a show and we actually won gold. We actually won the show that time. And then after that, I had more shows where I performed with TSB. But that I remember is my first show. But we were so many guys. Like we were like on that song. There's probably like a piece of like 10 guys rapping.
It sounds like it sounds like it. It sounds like it would be though.
So I only had like 30 seconds of being live on the show.
How did it feel? How did that 30 seconds feel?
Bro, it was super amazing because the crowd was screaming because I was the youngest in the crew and I was short. So it was worse. It's like imagine me short in 2007, this chubby Nick getting out there singing and you know when the kid is out of he was screaming there. Like, yo, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got a girl that weekend, but most of the shows that I perform at, all with the time I get a girl. I don't know why. Like that confidence of just being on stage and women seeing that confidence. You're like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
And then I get on stage, you're like, where's that guy?
You're so chill.
Yeah, this is not him. So Recently I haven't done live performances. The last live performances I did was again at a community hall. I did a lot of shows in Joburg, but the problem was that I always performed at places where hip hop was not supposed to be performed. Like it would be like before even I'm a piano, it was like it would be straight gom down.
Oh my God.
And then they like, yeah, you up.
Woo. You're like, what?
They were like, what? Like these people were still dancing. Like, why couldn't y'all just
Let
tone
them
it
come
down?
down.
Like,
Yeah. Let the MC come out.
and that time they like, hey, DJ, what's happening? And you come, yo, Joe, and like, ding, 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 ding. They already like, hey, why you? We don't want hip hop.
Definitely.
So-
And South Africa is like that.
Yeah,
South Africa
is like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
dude.
I realized that, and I was like, okay, but you know what? Like the thing about a live show is about performing, right? But now we have the internet. Like you can literally just choose a crowd of 20 people, upload it, put it out, and it's as good as you being there. Eventually that will grow. I don't ever want to perform for a crowd that doesn't want to enjoy my music. I'd rather have 5 people that's gonna enjoy my performance than have 100 people and only 5 people out of that 100 people are interested in what you're doing.
Now that online environment does open it up to that, you know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I saw that one with Amstel and JR.
Oh yeah, feel good sessions.
Feel good session. You get what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like I watch that like religiously at home.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting it on, put it on, click it.
Yeah.
Let the live music play in the background. It feels like I'm there. If I ever had an opportunity to go there, I'd go there just for that live performances.
Yeah.
So I think I want to do more of that rather than going out until I've like gotten my crowd of people and I say, hey, listen, if I see now, okay, 20 people is not enough. People are fighting. They're like, Then I'm like 100, 200.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then eventually growing my crowd. But for now, I really want to do online sessions more.
Man, definitely, bro. We want to see you do more of those, bro.
Yeah, like, and it's available for everyone. It's not just like people in Joburg can see it. Like all over. If you've listened to my music, you can watch me perform.
In the world, yeah. What role would you say has the internet has played for you? Like, has it like is there moments where you got like maybe an aha moment where you feel like, oh, if I tap into this thing and you did and it worked. Have you ever had moments like that?
Aha moments. No.
Yeah.
I'm bad at it.
Is it? Yeah. Because the internet is like that. You have to be really sharp and see things before they happen.
Yeah.
To tap in.
I've caught on to a few things. My cousins help me with marketing. The guys help me with, they always call me like BTS. Like, what is BST or born BBT? Born before technology. I give up that advice, right? I'm always there like, yo, how do you put on this?
Yeah.
Bro, what you doing?
Sure.
Just the real.
Yeah.
But eventually I'm catching on to it. I'm watching a lot more videos and things. But what the internet has helped me is open my perspective. Like I can't use it yet, but I have a lot of ideas that I can do with the internet. Yeah. And it has opened my perspective to seeing what other artists are doing. I'm like, okay, cool. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do this. This is dope.
But what you said there was important. Like having a team that understands the things that you don't understand.
No, bro.
It helps, yo.
It does.
Hopefully with those ideas that you have, you can give them to these people and
say,
they can start implementing.
Yeah, because they know like how to get the results. I don't know how to get the results.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I just know how to showcase your thing.
I just know how to showcase.
There's angles, bruh.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna tell me you have a TikTok or something there, man. Where's your TikTok?
No, bruh. I don't have a TikTok even. I just got like people have been like, so before now, like there was a lot of times where my cousins were like trying to tell me like, yo, bro, if you want to blow, you have to do these things. You have to be active on social media, upload pictures, upload hip hop, rapping, things like that. I always felt uncomfortable with that. And the reason is that I'm not telling anyone, if you want to do that by all necessary means, like do it. But if you're uncomfortable doing something, if you're stepping out of your comfort zone to do things, you're not going to do it for a long time.
Yeah.
You need to be consistent to win. So find the thing you're comfortable with and then do the consistency. And then the people that can do that, let them do that. Because if you got a TikTok You have to wake up every day with
And do
TikTok
that.
ideas. You have to keep those people entertained.
100%.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not that kind of entertainer.
Yeah.
Understand? You have to understand what you are. Like, yeah, there's people that can shift and do dynamics. I know people will say, yeah, but look at this person, look at that person, look at this person. I can also say, look at Kendrick, look at Cole, look at this.
Yeah,
Those guys don't do the social thing. They do whatever they are comfortable with because that's their authentication. Anyone that does that, they comfortable with that. They can do that. The Jason Derulos, they enjoy doing it. They come up with nice concepts. That's them. I can't. I'm a very private person.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
If I do it, it's because I wanted to do it. Whether it's gets 1,000 views, 1,000,000 views, 1 view, 2 views.
At least you know it's something.
It's something that I was comfortable with. So I
Yeah.
have to show consistency. So in TikTok, like, I'm still waiting for the guys to come up with ideas. What I thought was like just, you know, those live videos and performances that I'm gonna do, that's part of what I'm gonna put on TikTok.
On TikTok, okay.
Like that's what I wanna do with TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be out here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that ain't me. You
for
know
sure.
what I'm saying?
For
If
sure.
that's you, by all necessary means,
Do
it.
Yeah.
But if it's not you, the thing is, what people don't understand is you can't be fake for a long time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you do something that you're uncomfortable with, that you don't want to do, you won't be able to do it for a long time.
That's true.
And consistency plays an important role in everything.
Yeah.
Like even going to university, like I spoke about, like if you were never comfortable with going to university or never comfortable with books, you're not gonna be there for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why there's people that drop out. It's not because they lazy or they dumb. It wasn't something that they never were comfortable. They think like grade 12, it's it.
It's because it's not meant for them.
It's not meant for them.
Yeah.
So understanding what is meant for you is important.
But on the other hand, what do you say to someone who wants to, like, because for you to understand what you understand about varsity, you have to go to varsity first.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to try things.
Yeah, you have to, definitely.
Yeah, and this TikTok thing, it might be that for that person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what you're gonna put out on TikTok, if you're comfortable with doing, because there's people on TikTok that just discuss glasses.
Yeah, that's true.
You get what I'm saying? So whatever you're comfortable with doing in front of the camera, that's what I'm saying. Like, try it out.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable with doing it,
Yeah.
if that's you, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Trust and believe.
For sure.
Trust and believe.
Yeah.
If you want to be funny constantly and make jokes and be the jokey guy, if you were that person in class, do it fully, comfortably.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? You're gonna win.
Facts. If it feels good, it must be. You know what I mean?
If it feels good, if it brings out a good feeling to you, it's gonna bring a good result.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's what people feed off on TikTok. Even if you don't actually have the type of energy you're portraying, it's important to portray it anyway. You know, because someone receives it when they see that.
Exactly. They're gonna be like, this guy looks like he didn't have lust for this thing.
Yeah.
So I don't have lust for it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna swipe.
That's true, dog. Speaking of technology, bruh, I'm sure there was a point where you were putting your music out for free, and then now your music is on Spotify and all kinds of things like that. Tell me, like, how did you decide that, okay, this free stuff is not working, and what were some of the, I don't know, some of the things that pushed you towards put your music on Spotify?
Perception. Perception. Sorry. I'd be 100% honest with you. Perception. So, understanding that what people see gives you more value. It's an important part. If I rock up in this interview, right, and I'm wearing, like, for example, if I'm wearing, like, now, this is a Gucci top and a Gucci what or whatever, people enjoy. You get what I'm saying? People are gonna be like, I want to know more about this guy. This guy succeeded. That's perception. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If your style is fashion, obviously. So if I'm a fashion guy, I'm here on your podcast, and if I'm a fashion guy on your podcast, I need to be dressed apart.
Yeah.
To be said, this is a fashion guy.
Yeah.
If I'm an artist and I want you to take me seriously, I need to look the part of the artist that I want to be compared with.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love giving out my music for free. Like I always like on my WhatsApp, I still send to like a lot of contacts. I send my music for free. I don't mind my music being out for free.
Yeah.
But this is just the crowd that I know. There's more crowds out there that I do not know.
Millions.
And then I can't put all on my WhatsApp.
Yes.
You hear what I'm saying? And I can't all make them free download, but they have to look at me at a certain way. So it was all perception.
Yeah.
I only put out on SoundCloud. First Data Philos, of course. After Data Philos, it was Audio Mac. After Audio Mac, it was SoundCloud. And then in SoundCloud, a lot of artists blow up. Don't get me wrong. A lot of artists blow up on all these platforms.
All of them.
Don't get me wrong. Right?
Yeah.
It's just a certain image that you want people to see you as, right?
Yeah.
It's not that Data Philo is just lower than Spotify. It's just that Spotify has a bigger reach.
It does.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm all about looking for that bigger reach, like, you know, iTunes and what. I was just looking for that bigger reach to get more people. I can still put my music on there. I just don't have the time to put it on there.
Yeah.
Because I have a music distributor now, which is DistroKid. So they put their music on the platforms that they want to put it on. Unfortunately, I don't do that. So I had to find someone to do that work for me, because at first I had to put it up on all those platforms.
Yourself.
Album art, myself. This, myself. Lyrics, myself. Everything. Now I'm working with a music. Very important, if you're an artist, find a music distributor. DistroKid, Dito, look for those music distribution companies. It's gonna cost you probably less than 300 rand a year, my dog. Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be where those people are, invest in yourself. Take money out of your pocket.
And it helps, Joe. It helps, like you were saying, there's a lot of admin involved in putting things up and things like that. And if you don't have it,
you don't have the time.
You need to pay someone.
Yeah, and you get lazy.
Yeah.
There's people that's been sitting with full projects of songs on their laptops.
That's true.
But the only thing they're lazy is to upload all of that music on all of those platforms.
Yeah.
That's what they lazy to do that.
Yeah.
Find someone, like I said earlier on, if you don't know how to do it, if you're not willing to do it, find someone to do it.
Yeah.
Pay that person.
Definitely.
Let them do it for you.
Yeah.
So being on those platforms is really just two things: perception and obviously, you know, investing in myself as well. Yeah, I have to invest in myself.
Speaking of platforms, have you seen Five? There's a platform called Five.
I think I have.
By JR and them.
No, I didn't see that one.
JR, they started a platform, a local platform. It's like DistroKid, but it works locally. So meaning like the funds that you get from your streams, you can get them at Checkers. You can get them, you know what I'm saying? So they're trying to introduce things like that.
Crazy.
That make it easier for independent artists.
That's crazy.
So it's an app basically, and on the app you're the record label. You can have multiple artists, and for each artist you can have different projects and singles that go out. So basically that's how that works. It's basically a record label in your pocket.
That's amazing.
Yeah, except it doesn't have like a lot of the admin stuff. I can compare it to, I don't know if you know Steve Stout.
No, I don't know.
Steve Stout is like an old school guy who used to, like he actually helped Jay-Z get his first sneaker deal.
Okay.
Like the Puma deal.
Dope.
Like he helped a lot of people get deals. Like he even, like I don't know if you know Pusha T.
Yeah, I know.
They wrote the I'm Loving It.
Yeah.
thing. He's the one who helped them actually get that deal with McDonald's. Yeah, they wrote that.
Who? Pusha T?
Pusha T, yeah. Pusha T and Pharrell, they wrote that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, those guys are chowing.
They're not. That's the crazy thing. You know what they did?
What?
They took the upfront money.
Oh no!
They took the upfront money.
Bro.
So here's the funny thing. Now recently, Pusha T did a song for another restaurant called Arby's.
Yeah.
Where he disses McDonald's. So it's a theme song for another restaurant where he disses McDonald's, but this time he has equity, so he's gonna get paid every time he gets paid.
But but still, that was McDonald's. Dog.
They didn't think about it. I mean, it was back in the day.
This McDonald's now. He said he took the money up front.
Nah,
He took the money.
he's just being petty, dog. He's just trying to get to the money, dog. He's just being petty, I think. You know, but that's an interesting story. I realized that like when they dropped it this time, I was like, wow, it's like a full circle moment. You know, some people make the mistake, man. You take the upfront money.
You take the upfront money.
Maybe you need it.
You need it.
Maybe you need it.
You need your circumstances, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's all about circumstances. Like some people, like even with the whole ambitious thing that went on, like people don't understand. Yeah, eventually when your circumstances get better, obviously Pusha T is angry now.
Yeah.
Because the circumstances got better.
Yeah, he knows his worth now.
He knows his worth now.
Yeah.
But remember back then you didn't know your worth.
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying? You were making a little money.
Yeah.
You didn't have worth. You didn't have nothing.
That's facts.
So you take the upfront money.
Yeah.
You can't get angry.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't get angry because you took the upfront money.
Yeah. Actually, the reason I'm mentioning Steve Stout is because he also has something like that, but it's not an app. It's an actual company. It's called United Masters, where basically the whole idea is to let artists keep their masters, you know, because, you know, record labels run off keeping people's masters. So they also run like an independent thing like that. It's so crazy to see these different independent movements. It seems like you said earlier, we're talking about every person is different. So your marketing needs to be tailored to that, or your whatever you do, it needs to be tailored to that. And for that, you need a team, bruh. Like, how did you, like, you have a bit of a team. You said you have your cousins that help you. How did you assemble that team? And can you maybe shout out some of them? Yeah, man. How did you assemble that team?
Okay, so after I departed from my old group, Roots Everyone, after I left that the company that I previously worked with, so that how I assembled that one first was just like a lot of like family members and like people that were just artists. You get what I'm saying? But eventually, like I said, the politics got too much. The second team I didn't want to assemble. This time I wanted to do things alone. Because remember, I just told you my first performance was with a group. It was TSB.
10 guys. Yeah.
So 10 guys. Right? The second guys I made music with was Double D's.
Yeah.
So that was a group of like 5 guys.
Okay.
Second other guys I did was DLBs. That was a group of 5 guys. Came to Joburg, was working with Roots. I was a group of like 7 people in a group, you know, women, men, different, you know, but we were all running with one. We were making a movement, right?
Yeah.
And this time I was just like, I'm sick and tired. I'm not going to do this group thing anymore. So I dropped Confuse, and first thing that happens is I meet this guy. It's like this short guy. His name is Freaky. And as I meet this guy, we just start speaking politics and life and God. And we just like every break, we just having a conversation, right? So eventually, one of my cousins come, Cristiano. He plays this music for all the guys because I'm shy. I'm not that guy that's gonna be like, listen to my music. That's why you need people.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I'd never do it, but my cousin would do that.
Shout out to Cristiano.
Shout out to Cristiano. You get what I'm saying? So Cristiano is just like, I listen to this man cheese music, right? So it's all these homies, they chilling there like, oh, dope. So then this guy Freaky's like, yeah, I think you should just add more to the ad-libs. And I'm like, oh man. Sometimes I hate critique, but I take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever like attack the person, but in my heart, it always like it hurts. Obviously, it hurts. So I'm like, okay. So eventually, what happens is, this guy Freaky, he speaks. He comes like a week later. He's like, yo, listen. By the way, I listened to that project in headphones. It's actually amazing. There was ad-libs. I just couldn't hear it with the car sound. So, dope. Okay, you see, I didn't fight. So the man came back again.
Sure.
So eventually he quits his job. We were working at this company there in Bryanston. So eventually he quits his job. He's like, I'm tired of this job. But right when he quits his job, it's like, so we have each other's WhatsApp numbers. He contacts me. He's like, yo, by the way, I'm a producer. And I'm like, the producer story. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, I'll hit you up with a few things. I'm like, this is gonna be the same. I'm like, come on. Sorry. So eventually he comes sends me, ooh, this amazing beat. I think it was City of Gold. Like,
Oh, City of Gold. Is that one of the features you have?
yeah, that's one of the features I have. That's originally my song.
Is it?
But I made the girl sing.
Man.
Yeah, Authentic came to me, he heard the song, and he's like, yo, can I use that for my project? But I want the lady to sing your verse.
Okay.
That was actually my verse. So I sing the entire song. I do the entire song.
Is it?
Yeah. But like, for Authentic's project, he wanted Liz Carlo. Shout out to Liz.
Shout out to Liz Carlo, yeah.
Yeah, so she wanted to do the like, he wanted her to sing it. So I was like, yeah, cool. But I'm still gonna put out my version of it. You get what I'm saying? So that's City of Gold. So this is Freaky's beat. It's not Authentic's beat.
Okay.
This is Freaky's beat. My producer. Right? My dog, I lose my mind. This is the first time I'm getting a beat similar to what I was wanting. Because every time someone send me a beat, like boom. Like, it's just like this normal back to back, same move.
Yeah.
And this is the first beat I get that sounds like a Kendrick song.
Okay.
And I'm like, whoa. So I sit down that day and I write City of Gold. And I send this guy back a voice note with this. I had these like 2 broken speakers in the garage. And I sent it back to him and he's like, dope. Sends me another beat. Eventually I'm like, yo, bro.
We have to work.
Producer.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna work. So eventually we move with my cousins, we moved to Kibble Park. He's like, hey, I don't have a place in Joburg anymore. I'm like, come stay with me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Me and you, we're gonna work. Don't stress. Eventually I move out of my cousin's house. I'm like, yo, bro, I still need you. Like, I'm moving out, but you must move with me. Everywhere I go, you go with me. You get what I'm saying? So we moved to Springs, me and him, because I'm like, yo, bro, we need a break from the south of Johannesburg because the south is too busy. I'm like, yo, we need a break. Let's get away and let's go work. Eventually we go work, but before we leave, the guy Louis, he has a friend. He's like, yo, I have a friend. His name is Louis. He also makes beat. Another producer.
Yeah.
Louis comes around, plays one beat, but it's not the same as Freaky's beats. Freaky's beats always change up. Dope.
Yeah.
But Louis' ones are consistent.
Yeah.
Not a lot of change. But I'm like, okay, but I don't really like Louis' beats. And I'm like, no, man, I'm not going to work with Louis. I'm telling Freaky still. Man, I don't think I'm going to work with Louis until maybe he changes his style. I want his style to be like yours.
Yeah.
One day I'm sitting in a lounge. Louis plays a beat. It's a song that I still have to release. This beat was amazing. It was the most sensitive song I've ever made, or the most personal song I've ever made, was that beat. The second beat Louis sends me ever is Ego. So
yo, and that's a tight beat.
That, you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh boy, then what were you playing that day?
It gets
what
like that.
That day that wasn't so nice.
I can
all of a sudden I hear this. Oh, you bringing out the heat now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, Louis, Freaky, y'all are my producers. Let's move.
Let's ride.
Like, let's ride. Eventually, my cousins Christian and Cristiano, they've been doing this marketing thing. They always said, yo, bro, like, we have this marketing on lockdown.
Yeah.
So my cousins Christian and Cristiano, they work with me. My engineer, his name is Darkness. So it's a white guy called Darkness. Here's where the story comes in. So I meet this guy. Darkness I meet before everyone. Okay, besides my cousins.
Yeah.
But Darkness I meet before everyone because Darkness mixes to Confuse. Right. And I see this profile picture. I'm like, yo, this is a white guy that called himself Darkness. Ain't that a little bit racist? What's going on? You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, cool. But this white guy just mixed a song called Tony, and in Tony, I'm literally dissing white people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, this guy mixed that song, so obviously he's not a racist.
He must be chill.
Yeah, he must be chill. Eventually, me and Freaky go to meet this guy and come to find out that my engineer is blind.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
Darkness is blind.
Darkness is, like, I don't know if he's partially sight or if he's blind.
Yeah.
But I remember that day, I think he was blind. And I was like, what? So Freaky's looking at me like, You didn't tell me. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And we sit down, bro, and we talk to this guy. This guy is like one of the most amazing people with energy. Like when this guy sends you a voice note, it can be a Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Be like, yo, happy Monday, Geno. I just finished this. I just did this. I just did this. So this guy is my engineer. So he's been with me for the last couple of years since my son has been born, for the 3 years.
Wow.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Then I got my twins. Then shout out to how can I forget this man's name now? Okay, let me shout out to the artist first. Then shout out to Mvenyama. Shout out to Milo, Eccentric. And who else is there now? Shout out to Ryan and his squad. They also doing music videos for us. Yo, bro, there's so many people. I don't wanna miss anyone. Okay.
Yeah, but that's already like a bunch of people that are super necessary. Like even like investing in an engineer.
Yeah.
That's like like people don't always think about that.
Bro,
They think they can do everything themselves. Damn. How did he get to that? I'm sure there's been some mistakes that you made in terms of engineering.
Never went to engineering myself. I read a book one day. My cousin gave me a book one day that was like about a book about your niche. Understand your niche. Understand what you are, what your role is. Understand that. Once you understand your role and start giving roles that you can't do to other people, then that's when the real work starts.
Fuck.
So from the beginning, that's been my mindset. I don't know business. I give it to someone that knows business.
Yeah.
I don't know money. Give it to someone that knows money.
Yeah.
All I know is writing and rapping. I stick to that. So if there's a recording engineer, I pay the recording engineer because he's going to tell me how he wants me to sound, where he wants me to go up, where he wants me to do that. I pay someone to listen to me, to talk to me and tell me what to do. I've been teaching myself that since get-go.
Wow.
To say like, you're not going to do everything, you're not going to juggle. And the only thing that I want to take care of is my son and my music. Other than that, I want people to take care of things, and I pay those people and I work with those people, and I don't mind paying those people because those are my family, those are my blood. You know, they see the same thing that I see. They have the same vision.
Yeah. Man, that's so important right there, what you just said, bruh.
Yeah.
You definitely have to let loose and give it up to the people who really do it, you know?
Bruh, it's the most important thing, you know, to realize that your team, first of all, like, before I get there, like, I was in a group of people, right, that made me feel not worth what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? So I came from a crew like that didn't make me feel worth my effort. You get what I'm saying? Like, they didn't make me feel like I was doing the right thing. I always had like some kind of, and it's not words, it's energy. You can see someone congratulating you with a fake smile. You can see that. You read the signs that you go for it. Still, you can feel the awkwardness. You can feel the unpleasantry when you're winning. You're like, what's this? I'm then winning.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once you see that in your circle, get out. Get yourself some people that compliment you every single time.
Yeah.
Get you people that love your things, that compliment you and enjoy what you do. It's gonna be around, it's gonna ride for you, it's gonna drive you around to places, it's gonna change their schedule to go according to what you want. To get yourself some real people in your corner.
Yeah.
Cause I trust and believe you know when people aren't real. Don't ignore that feeling. I ignored that feeling until I went into depression.
Yo, that's deep. That's mad deep, yo. So can you talk about that a little bit? Like, have you had like, I don't know, like a lot of experience with depression or feelings of depression?
Yeah, I just came out of my worst depression around this time last year. Yeah, I came out of my worst depression ever.
Yeah, what caused it? What happened there, man?
That was just basically being surrounded around like a few people, not all everyone, but like a few people that like I felt that they were just out to like make my day worse every time. Like I didn't feel that there was like any real thoughts or real things around me. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody was out here trying to make my life worse than it was. I never had no support. In like 2 years ago, I don't have any support. No one's to support me. The only support I had was Freaky. It was the only brother that I could speak to at that point.
Yeah.
Shout out. I understand like there was maybe uncomfortable situations for people to talk to me because people mostly think I don't talk. But like, yeah, that's what happened. Like I really got to a point where people that I thought I loved were plotting against me, were doing things that they saw I was uncomfortable with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What would you say like they were actually doing those things? Because sometimes
I don't know. Maybe it was my mindset. Obviously, I didn't speak out about it.
Yeah.
But okay, for example, let's say you can see when you make someone uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can read between the lines. You can see when you make someone uncomfortable.
True.
But you choose not to care.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's one thing. You choose not to care. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I come into your house or when I come around you and I see, okay, I take out, maybe let's say I take out a beer. I can see your eye movement like,
Yeah.
"Ish."
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, are you with me? Sliding here? And then I see you a little bit. It's human nature to read body language.
Yeah.
You can read when someone is uncomfortable.
Fact.
How do you know when you walk past someone and they start grabbing their purse that they're not scared of you? It's body language. You're supposed to read those things. You know what I'm saying? So I guess people read it, but people didn't care about me at that point where I was. And I was going through the worst depression ever. I just got my son taken away from me. Right. Could only see my son like for 2 weekends in a month. Could only see my son for 2 weekends in a month.
In a month.
Bruh, like from seeing your son a lot to just seeing him
that.
2 weekends a month, you go crazy.
I can imagine.
I lost weight like a mofo, like I super skinny.
Yeah.
Like I was going through the worst depression with no one to talk to besides Freaky and my mom.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even speak to my mom like that because I just didn't want to make her feel like I'm going through this, bro.
Yeah.
Suicidal thoughts constantly.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? Like just feeling like, this is it. Like if these people, they see me as such a villain, then I must be a villain. You get what I'm saying?
Man, that's a dark space.
That's a dark
You're in a
space.
dark space
People
now.
looking you like as a villain. People looking at you like you're not worth it. You're worthless. You know. You get to a point where you start believing it because there's no one telling you different.
Yeah.
No one has your back.
Even yourself at that stage, you're
At
not
that
having your own
bruh,
back.
Everybody has,
Yeah.
Everybody's like doing opposite of what's making you uncomfortable. Like let's say for example, you get into a fight with your cousin, right? Everybody has your cousin's back.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, nah. No one is like, no, but hey, there's no one scenario.
You're both wrong.
There's no scenario where one person can be wrong.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like something is messed up. Like, okay, I'm not talking about, but I'm talking just like a normal argument spectrum. I'm not talking about like darker things, but just like argument spectrum.
Yeah.
There has to be, when there's conflict between two people, there has to be 2 stories to it.
Yeah.
And as a person, you need to find out 2 stories. Now, I'm coming in this situation where no one wants to know my side of my story.
Yeah.
No one sat down with me and said, hey, yo, dog, what's going on? But everybody's on the other person's side. So I was like, yo, I am that person, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm that
Maybe it starts feeling that way.
I felt that way, dog. I started
let me
thinking
ask you
of
this,
myself
bro.
as a joker.
I just want to know, like, usually for me, Joe, I also go through periods like that. But what brings me out of periods like that is accountability on my own part. Like, I'm also like that in a sense. I also don't necessarily open up to people as quickly as people might want me to. You know what I mean? And I found that that's like the source of a lot of things. Like every time I look back on my depression, I'm like, oh, it's because you held all those things back. You didn't say. You know what I mean? And you felt like, these people should know. You know what I mean? And sometimes we do that, but the people around us don't necessarily always know.
They don't know. That's like I said, like I'm just telling you like what I went through to get into my depression. To get out of it was an entire different scenario.
How did you like? What are some of the things that you felt like were active things that you did to get out of it there?
First thing is how I got out of my deep depression was I started, like you said, I started taking accountability. You get what I'm saying? I stopped feeling sorry for myself. You know what I'm saying? Poor Gerald. Like you don't have anyone. No. I stopped that. That was a mentality I had to stop. It's like, why am I feeling sorry for myself? Like, you know what I mean? I need to get out of the situation. Secondly, I saw a therapist. So I went to do therapy. And so after I did therapy, came through all that scenarios where it's like, you know, you didn't communicate this, that. I understood the situation and I realized, okay, there's nothing you can do to go back now and do anything like that. All you have to do is like forgive and clear yourself, cleanse yourself of that, and then move forward.
And do better, hopefully, moving forward.
So how I got out of my depression is by moving.
Wow.
That's how I didn't stop. I just started to move.
Just keep moving
I
forward.
just started making plans and saying, yo, you're gonna do this by next year, you're gonna do this by next year, you're gonna do this by next year. And everything I said I wouldn't do by this year,
you were
doing it.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. That's a proper breakthrough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a proper breakthrough. Before we get off the subject, let's talk about the song Depression. How did that come about? Like the song?
So this is just right. I'm just going through my depression. Just spoke to my therapist. After I spoke to my therapist, it was like, okay, cool. Understanding the situation, understanding the scenario, not blaming anyone. And it got to that point where I wanted to speak about, you know, depression more. But every time I try to talk about it, people don't want to hear about depression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't want to hear about depression. That's like, like, is it just supposed to be a common, like, because I moved back home as well. Not moved back home, but I came back home a lot, quite frequently, and went to my family and other family, you know. So, like, eventually, that's what happened. You get what I'm saying? So I got this. So I told Frico to make this beat for me. I want to speak about depression, but he needs to make it like, you know, bumpy. And then he made it bumpy. And no. This is a song I concepted before the time. I wanted to speak about depression, and then I made the song Depression, where everybody's just silencing me, or like you said, basically. If you look at it in another perspective, it's me silencing myself constantly.
And I get that sense. When I listen to the song, it seems like you're saying, like you're trying to break through that wall still. You're not really talking about it. You're saying that I want to talk about it. You know what I mean? It feels as if you're pushing against people who don't want to talk about it. Yeah, that's what the song, it felt like like that to me when I was listening to it too.
It's like trying to talk to people about these things and like, no.
Yeah.
Like, people don't want to hear that, dog. People don't want to hear that.
I feel like people only want to hear about that when they're sitting in the room listening to your project. You know what I'm saying? But we're all having to sit here and talk about it.
The people don't want to talk about that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I realized that was a huge problem for me. You know, I found myself always trying to speak about things that people didn't want to speak about. And then I realized, I thought, it's okay. Maybe that's how things operate.
Yeah.
And then I realized, no. Like I said, have your different groups of people. You know,
That's where it helps.
get people, even if it's a AA meeting or however, Alcoholic Anonymous, or group meetings where you come together in a group and you speak about your depression. Like, go to that groups or whatever, even if it's at a clinic or something like that, go speak about it. If your friends don't want to speak about it, don't force it on them.
Yeah.
Like, don't force it on them. That's something I also learned. Don't force certain people to act a certain way. That's not who they are. Like, get your different groups of people that you can speak to certain things about, and that actually brought more clarity to me.
Yeah.
Understanding that concept of, like, I can't just talk to code about everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true, bro.
Similarities me and you have that we can speak about, whether it's football or anything like it. We can't always speak about football all of a sudden. I'm coming, bro.
Yeah. It's a bit awkward.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward. You're like, Arsenal lost last night, but okay.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Arsenal,
So get your different circles. Get people to speak to you about that. Like, it's important. Like, get people to speak to you about it, even if it's therapy.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about the features. You already mentioned Authentic, and you have Liz Carlo as one of your features as well. Can you tell us about, like, Miss Liz Carlo? How do you know her? What does she do?
That's an amazing person. We met at the same company that I met Freaky. So this was like this teaching company, which was a dope company because there was so many artists. I met Liz. She was a singer. She's still a singer. She was singing, and I heard one song of her. It was an amazing song. I forgot what the song is, but we met there. She's a really amazing person. Liz is a amazing person, and she's just like, one time, like, yo, bro, you wanna do a verse for me? And I was like, yeah, let me do it.
Yeah.
Like, she's an amazing person. I want to work with her more. She's just in Korea right now, but we still chat and we still talk. But I want to work with her more.
Is she based in Korea now? Or?
Yeah, she's in Korea right now.
What happened? Where's she from originally?
I think she's... I don't want to lie.
You don't know where she's from?
No, I don't know where she's from.
Yeah, but she's super talented. Also, I heard the feature that you guys have. I haven't listened to the whole project yet. What do you think? Is it a dope project?
Her project?
Yeah.
Amazing project.
Yeah.
Amazing project.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
I
Definitely.
think Liz has a very unique voice. Like, very, very unique voice. I love her voice. I listen to her.
Yeah. Nah, she's definitely amazing, even in my books, man. And then Authentic, you on wait, you said you had the beat first.
Yeah, so that's Freaky's beat, and
that same one.
That same one.
Okay.
Yeah. City of Gold. So I met Authentic through the same person that got me Darkness. Her name is Mariel. Shout out to Mariel. She got me Darkness. Shout out to her, man. She believed in me when no one really did. Yeah, so when Mariel came, she's like, yo, I know this person, Darkness. Then she gave me Darkness's contact. And then she's like, I know this person as well, Authentic. So I went to Authentic. We sat down a couple of times. I think we made like 2-3 songs. And then what happened was... I played him, because remember I told you I used to record from that broken speaker. Yeah. So I played him that audio, the voice note. That I sent Freaky. And he's like, yo, this is an amazing song. I want this on my project.
Yeah.
And Authentic has like good, like a lot of good connections. Because I think he worked at Sony and something like that. So it was a really big opportunity to be on his project. Shout out to him. For putting me on his project. I really appreciate it. But eventually, like, I don't know, we clashed in terms of, I don't know, ideas and things like that. So we were just like, we didn't beef or anything. It's just like a clash of ideas.
Yeah, artistic
what
clash.
I wanted for a song, how I wanted the song to sound like, how Freaky wanted a song to sound like. So eventually we were just like, okay, cool, for his project, remember it's his project.
Yeah.
So that was the only problem there. But other than that, much love to him, man.
So is there another version that's coming out, or is it just
Yeah, that's the first project that I worked on. It's called Miracle Boy.
okay?
Yeah, so I worked on, before I released any of the new projects, I worked on Miracle Boy, Grey Eminence, and then None So Far. So there's 2 projects that I've already worked on, right? That's just waiting in a vault, just putting away because we felt it's not the right time yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come out.
Yeah, those on. So City of Gold is on the first project, Miracle Boy.
Oh.
So this was more of like, this is a different kind of jazzy hip hop album that we were just like, yo, wait on this album.
Wait on it.
Let's not put To Pump a Butterfly out too early.
Yeah.
Because there's no coming back from To Pump a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be disappointed out there. Like, this is not sounding like To Pump a Butterfly. You get what I'm saying? We were like, hey, let's not put To Pump a Butterfly out too soon. Let's work around it. Let's try and get more commercially, a little bit more commercial. Do a trial, a few more things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh, no, that's cool, bro. So how are you guys gonna work it out when finally you have to drop that City of God with the same beat? Or is it because Freaky made it?
It's Freaky's beat.
Yeah,
it's Freaky's beat. Like, yeah, that's a feature basically of that project. Yeah. So hopefully we don't get into anything. We knows it's Freaky's beat. Freaky's name is on the beat and everything like that. In terms of everything we did was according to the books.
Yeah.
You know, there's music in this.
Yeah, that's why you're so calm as well. If you know that, okay, the person who made the beat, they're down with me, then we good.
That's my brother. Freaky's my brother.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Freako, man.
Yeah, speaking of Freaky, bro, like, I want to get into the way you make music, right? We're talking outside about some of the process that goes down, like, maybe I want to actually pick a song, right? We talked about Aboriginal earlier. You said your son sing some of the music there. The title of the song, this is one of the other songs where I feel like the title and the music, I want to know how it came about. How did the music lead to the title, or how did the title lead to the music?
Yeah, this is actually a crazy concept.
Yeah.
The second beat that Freaky sent me. No, I'm lying. The second beat that Freaky sent me was Miracle Boy. I'm sorry. The first beat he sent me was the beat. This title was Aboriginal.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. The file corrupted.
Oh.
Yeah. The book that I wrote Aboriginal in got lost.
Jeez.
It was an amazing song once again. But finally, funny, this time I didn't record it. I just had it on paper.
Okay.
So I never recorded it like I always do with the speakers. So there's no evidence of the song Aboriginal. Right? So Freaky's first project was called, or his first coming project, or his main project that he's gonna drop, he always wanted to entitle it Aboriginal.
Okay.
So Aboriginal has been like the key and the pointing start of our relationship.
Okay. Yeah. Because of the beat and because of
the beat. None So Far, 2 of the beats were Afflicted and Ash Wednesday were created by Louis, and then Freaky created Aboriginal. And something about this beat brought back that arrogance and that confidence. I started off, like, before I was very like super depressed or anything like that. I always had this arrogance, right? But after my entire depression, I wanted to speak about it more. So I wanted to make my music more harmonizing. Like, I left the whole like the whole street vibe. I left it for a while because I was like, yo, I want to address some things.
Yeah, you're in your feelings.
Yeah, I'm in my feels. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be in their feels as well.
Yeah.
I got this beat. It reminded me of an Aboriginal, how we started, the origin of our relationship, right?
Damn.
So I asked him, yo, can I title? Because the part of the song starts with Aboriginal, like with the rap from Cairo. You get what I'm saying? So like that's how I started the song. You get what I'm saying? So that's the first line that came to my mind when I heard this song.
So you're basically going back to that place.
Yeah, it reminded me of that place, of that arrogance, of that confidence I had. So I just like, This is that beat. You get like so Aboriginal, like we derive from Cairo. You get what I'm saying? So it was just a play on the words, but Aboriginal actually means that confidence I had on that song. Like, hey, listen, this is Aboriginal again.
Going
like
back
we
to
derive from Cairo.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So it was never on the term Aboriginal, but it was like an inside conversation.
It was a play.
It was a play on the inside conversation that we had. Like, no one knows about this Aboriginal but me and him.
Yeah.
So he sent me that beat and I started off that verse like this.
Yeah.
So
bro.
already that's already like
And it's a fire beat, man. Yo, freaking murdered that. It's a fire beat, dog. I feel like your beats, dog. How do you like? So majority of your songs, let's say the ones that I have here on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Those were done by Freaky.
Yo, can you just read them back to me? I'll tell you which ones. Just check. I'll tell you which ones is done by who.
Let me check. Black Voodoo, who did
Black
that?
Voodoo, Freaky,
and then Depression.
Freaky.
Ash Wednesday.
Louis.
Okay. Afflicted.
Louis.
Life's a 9.
Freaky.
Okay. But I feel like majority of them might be Freaky.
Yeah. Majority of them Freaky.
Yeah, and then Ego.
3 of them. Ego is Louis. 3 of them. Yeah, it's Louis.
Okay.
Yeah, but Louis is piling up on the next project. He's piling up with more because Freaky's working more with Eccentric. Because me and Freaky already, like I said, we have 2 projects in the vault.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the right time.
So he's
literally waiting for the right time. So he's working with numerous different artists and everything like that. So he's also trying to like put out his project. So me and Louis are working a lot more together because I'm trying to also, use more of Louis' style because I feel like Louis' style starts off a different creation of me. And then like for example, that's Ash Wednesday and Afflicted, like they very different from the entire other music.
Yeah.
Because they're not that rappy, they're more that singing. And
yeah.
Ego more that singing. Yeah. And that's what Louis brings out of me.
Okay.
And then Frico brings out the rapper. You get what I'm saying? He knows what to do. To get out that egotistic side. He'll be like, you've been singing too much.
That's crazy, bro. And it's important to be able to go the pieces that you've put together, bro. It's like it's actually quite amazing. It feels like the team is coming together.
It is, bro. It is. The team is finally. I'm so happy because this team is not the thing of like we're a team. These are just like we go by the name of 8-Bit, but like these are just guys that want to see me do great things, man. They have so much confidence in me, like to a point where it scares me.
Yeah, well,
you get what I'm saying? Just the faith that they have in me scares me.
Wow.
It's like that's how much faith these guys have in me, and that's how much faith I have in them. You get what I'm saying? So it's to a point where it's like, I don't. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. But I feel like it must feel like you guys have a long way to go together.
Yes.
If it's that vibe of just like, yo, we have so much to feed off from each other,
Yeah, it does. It's definitely that, man. And that's what I'm trying to keep it this time, not like all the other groups that I've been through, like I said, I've been through so many groups. And I didn't want to start a group. I told Louis, I was like, hey, you're not calling us anything. And he's like, yo, bro, I just want to register us, so we're gonna use this name 8-Bit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Eish.
But I'm not in I'm not in a crew.
Yeah.
Like we're not,
It's just for the money.
It's just for the money. Just for the money. So the money is distributed well. But we're not in a crew. But eventually, man, it just it's too organic, man. It's too easy to work with them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's too easy, man.
Seamless.
It's like there's no day where like there's an argument or anything. Like it's too clean, man. It's like it feels impossible.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because like we're not like calling each other every day or anything, or chill every day. We just chill when we have to chill, work when we have to work, get everything done. And then when you get together, you just have fun, you just talk nonsense and things like that.
Yeah.
It's just effortless.
Man, that's crazy. Speaking of Louis, another Louis beat, you said Ash Wednesday, right?
Ash Wednesday.
Can we talk about that? Because I feel like even when I was looking, you sent me like a bunch of your lyrics. Yeah. I feel like Ash Wednesday might be the shortest or the most, like the way I looked at it, it looks like it's the most, okay, it's not that short, But there was something, specifically the title, I was like, what's that? Like, what is Ash Wednesday, by the way? Can you just let us know what that is?
Google it.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah,
Google it.
let me check.
And read it
Ash
to
Wednesday.
everybody. Like, I want people to Google that.
Hey, there's so many things coming up here. Like Ash Wednesday 2002. It says it's the 2nd of March, Wednesday.
Yeah. No, say Ash Wednesday meaning.
Okay, let me just check.
Yeah, Ash Wednesday meaning.
Hey. Looks like a lot of church stuff going on. Yeah.
It's a lot of church stuff, dog. So,
okay, Ash Wednesday is a solemn reminder of human mortality and the need for reconciliation with God, and marks the beginning of the potential. What's a Lenten?
Lenten is like before Easter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or like Easter time.
Oh, so that's
like
what Ash Wednesday is.
Yeah, so that's Ash Wednesday. But basically, I use it for like the reconciliation. You know, so like if you think of the phoenix and everything like that, you know,
the ashes, yes.
The ash comes back, you know. So Ash Wednesday is this day at church where they also put the ash on your forehead as well. So it's look at the day of like reconciliating, you know what I mean? So that's what the song was about. I had to reconcile all these emotions.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I was really in a dark space, in an unforgiving space. But I realized that, you know, you have to become new. You can't keep on to those things. Like,
yes. You can't keep burning.
You can't keep burning.
You turn into ash at some point.
You get what I'm saying?
Let go.
I was like, yeah, let me call the song Ash Wednesday, you know, because I just felt like at that point I was like, hey man, I made peace with myself. And after such a long time, you know, when I wrote that song, when I finished that song and I said before I close my eyes to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, please don't think about yesterday. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I let go of everything. You get what I'm saying? So if God takes me today, I've made peace with everything. You get what I'm saying? So I don't have anything anymore. I don't have any anger anymore. All I have now is love. All I now do is just see the love, you know. I don't have any anger. I don't feel any way. So that's how that song came about. So it was a very personal song. You get what I'm saying? It was a very personal song. But at the end of the day, you can hear the how it switches in second verse. You get what I'm saying? So it says, I can't idolize anything that will idol me. Yeah, they'll monopolize everything, even loyalty. See my serenity found in what? See my I can idolize anything that'll idol me. They'll monopolize everything, even loyalty. See my legacy written upon these gravel streets. My serenity found in my son and melodies. You get what I'm saying? So that's when I realized, you know, I'm from Grondpad. Like gravel road, bruh. Like I never had tar road in my street. Like growing up, you can't run without shoes.
You have to wear shoes.
You had to wear shoes. You didn't have that opportunity. So I came from these gravel streets, bruh. I know the hardship. You know, I think a point or part of me was getting too attached to things that I wasn't supposed to attach to. You get what I'm saying? And when I was scripting, Ash Wednesday, I was just letting go and saying, you know what, F all of that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to make music. I'm here to enjoy myself. I'm here to take care. I'm here to love.
Yeah.
All the other things, you can miss me with it.
Man, I feel like really, like when I started, I wanted to say that it was the shortest one, but I think it's the deepest one, because I feel like I don't know, like it spoke to me differently. It's definitely the more deeper songs, right? I feel like most of your songs, but when I check about when I look at the titles of them, like if you look at this catalog, you just look like you're like, yo, this is a deep guy. Like this is a deep guy, bro.
No,
Like,
bro, it's not that deep.
yeah, it looks deep, bro. Like even like maybe this is backwards, but can we go back to your name, Genoside, right?
Yeah.
How did you come to that name?
Same way with you.
Yeah,
I think this is a name I'm gonna explain a lot because I
Yeah.
just explained it in like 2 interviews as well.
Yeah.
So I love explaining this name. So there was this dry season, right? And what happened was like we didn't get any medis. So what happened was that it was me. I'm not gonna name the other ones that didn't get medis.
Nah,
because
definitely
obviously
don't do that.
they don't need that exposure right now. But basically they were like, nah, and then G is the general of that road. G for general. So they like, no, I'm the guy that's keeping these guys in the dry season, like just like not caring and not worrying about marries and just smoking and not doing anything, just keeping the guys there. But eventually what happened was like the guys started calling me general, right? But it was a joke, which I then turned into a rap name.
Yeah.
And then I started calling myself GT the General now. You get what I'm saying? Because the Owens gave me that name, so I was like, what you can't make fun of me now.
Yeah,
I made it something
facts.
cool.
That's actually it's my name. It's the same thing.
You check out.
You take that name and run.
You
bro.
run.
Yeah.
No, you embrace it. Because if you don't, it's gonna
hurt you.
You check the ones are gonna jump. At that time. So I was like, I took the name, and then like they just started getting tired of calling me General, so some of them started calling me Geno.
Geno, yeah.
So, and I chose that and I went with it as well. I also started calling myself Geno, but this was still in Kronstadt. This was in 2011. So I was like, Geno by day, night Scottis is like Batman. So like Geno by day, night times I'm Batman. So then all of a sudden the guys started calling me Geno Bite.
Yeah.
They thought I said Geno Bite.
Okay.
So, but I said I'm Geno by day. So they started calling me Geno Bite. Okay. So eventually, cool. I moved to Johannesburg, and I'm not Johannesburg, to Porch. And okay, I have this, like the Owens are like, okay, so what's your rap name gonna be now?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, GT the General. And it's like,
I remember that one.
Yeah, and everybody's like, yeah, that's a dope name. But this name came with a lot of
politics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, yo,
General.
Where do you get that from?
Yeah.
How can you be the general?
Yeah.
Just, this guy.
I
was like, me, I don't like conflict.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change it. So I was like, yo, what am I gonna change my name to? Because I was like thinking of just going like GT and just be like, because that's my initials, Gerald Thompson.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna go with GT. So then I remember the name Geno. The Owens used to call me, and I'm like, okay, I can call myself Geno. So I go on Google and I search Geno, and it means noble, to be noble or noble man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa,
that's actually deep.
Like, guys from Kronstadt didn't know that meant noble.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So this was put onto my path. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So eventually I'm like, okay, Geno. And eventually, I don't know, like a week's full later, like that, I see this Idi Amin thing of like genocide. I'm like, oh, this name is like so genocide. Oh, genocide. This is when I'm learning what's a genocide. I'm like, they must just put that side there. They gonna must beef me or they gonna. It's an ugly name
for sure.
So I'm like, I need to find a way to cancel that out before But eventually, I don't care. So I go with Geno. First time I changed my name to the side is like. So I wanted to say Geno's side. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But obviously, like, that's not gonna work when I started the Instagram, because I just wanted to make it Geno, and then it didn't want to just give Geno because there's a lot of Genos.
Sure.
So I was like, I wanted to make it like Geno's side, and I was like, no man, that doesn't sound right. Then I remember, genocide means like something bad, but I'm gonna take that name and then change it and then make it onto the noble side.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So the connotation of like when you see genocide, like it should give you that okay, this guy is a killer, until I explain it's not the killer term that you thought it was gonna
it's
be.
the nobility side.
You get what I'm saying? So that's how the switch came about.
Damn, that's fire, bro. You see, that's that's like now that's a name. You know,
What do
you
you
can
mean?
tell that story when you get your Grammy, dog. You know what I'm saying? When you get your Grammy, tell that story, dog. You know,
Right, it's a long process name, like you said, bro. You see, when you get those kind of names and you get a chance to get a name like that, then you form it and it changes and
Yes.
it changes, it becomes, and it has a deeper meaning.
yeah, and you feel like it's for a reason.
Exactly.
You know?
It's put onto you. You didn't choose it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Otherwise, bro, I wanted to talk about some of like the drug references that you make in your music.
A lot.
Do you make drug references a ton in your music, bro? What's that about, bro?
Never did in my entire life.
Yeah.
Never did any. Was surrounded by it a lot.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's been part of me. The only thing I have done is smoke weed, which I quit like a long time ago, and shrooms. I still, like, on occasion I do take shrooms, like once a year, twice a year, just to get that mood out of me. I feel like it's like this, like I call it like spiritual cleansing.
Yeah, it's like an antidepressant in a way.
Yeah, it's an antidepressant. Yeah. So you get to that point where you start thinking, because I'm an overthinker. That's why I don't blaze anymore, because I used to blaze and then it's just overthinking. Like, yo, what am I gonna do? I'm not nothing. Look at my friends, they got this, you don't have this, you're such a loser. So I always had that thought. So I was like, yo, if this thing is making me think like this about myself, then
you gotta leave
me, get rid of it. So I was surrounded by drugs. Gang. I mean, I remember there was a time when niggas were just doing cat lines all over.
Jeez.
Like, you know, and I just chilled in the garage with them, you know, and it was nothing for me. But I realized at the end of the day that, yo, it was a lot, you know, and I could see what it was doing to the Owens, you know. So I always reference it to speak about it, because I know it's something that my community is still being attacked by, you know what I mean?
Yo, drugs is it's heavy, hard drugs.
Yeah, especially
Damaging
hard drugs. It can be damaging, especially if you don't know, like, if your intake of it and your tolerance of it, and, you know, like, if you taking it, I don't know how, I don't want to justify it, but I know there's people that do it and they have a good, they still have their life on point, but there's people that's doing it that don't have their life on point. If you know that's your personality, stay away. I'm talking about the kids that haven't touched anything yet. Like, if you know your personality is addictive and you can't control yourself, stay away from all of those things, because it's just gonna lead you to a dead end. I'm not a person that would go anti-drug. The reason why I say this is that a lot of people that came off it, like, are doing amazing things. You know, there are people that never came off it. There's people that, you know, they kill themselves, and I'm sorry about that. But there are people that went through that journey, and I'm not going to take away anyone's journey. You have your own journey. Sometimes you have to go through hell to see heaven. You get what I'm saying?
Damn.
So I'm not gonna say say be anti. And it's killing the community. Don't get me wrong. It's effing it up. But, you know, if you can get out of it, get out of it. Like, don't do it. But I'm not gonna stop talking about it. I'm gonna speak about it, how I saw it, and remember how I grew up. I thought taking or doing drugs was cool. I thought all the cool ones were doing it. I just never had the guts to be cool enough. Yeah. So I still sometimes, like, put it in that light, but in true actuality, if you go deeper into the sense, it'll tell you, the more you go deeper into my verses, there's always a consequence to everything.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I always have a consequence. When I write something down, I already have the consequence at the end, and I'll tell you how this is going to end up.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how it's going to end up. But maybe that's something that puts you through it. Because, like, I tell a lot of guys that girls influence a lot of gents to also do drugs.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like on depression, when I say shit.
Even indirectly.
Shroom on my tongue.
Yeah.
And took my hand, rub it up in the blouse.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I took shrooms was through a girl.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying?
And I believe you, bro.
Yeah,
It
you
can
get what I'm
definitely
saying?
happen.
Like,
Yeah.
woman,
Very persuasive.
dangerous, dog. Watch out, Jet.
Yeah, but there's a lot of, like, here in Kroonstad, a lot of young people trying out drugs, bruh.
Nah.
It's a bit worrying, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? I really feel for what's going on in Kroonstad as well, bruh. Because I see in Brempak, like, yo, bruh, like the type of thing it can turn you into. It's a little bit concerning.
It's scary, bro. It's scary to see some of the behavior.
Yeah, like you come home and you see someone, like a kid, bruh. Like, let's say, for example, this lady was started grade 8 when you were in matric. This lady always looking, and all of a sudden you run into this kid and he's like super dirty and I mean,
yeah,
I don't think that's what anyone wants.
Facts, bro. And I don't even know what the answer to this is, bro, because there's so many things that it could be that we could even say right now, but you can't solve all those problems.
Nah,
bro.
you can't. But it definitely has to do with the activities. There's not much to do here.
Yes,
like,
that's true.
And everyone is doing good moves out. Like, there's not much activities to do here. There's not a lot of, like, there is sometimes, but like, for example, in Brempak, there's really not a lot to do. Like, if they say an idle mind is a playground for the devil.
Definitely,
You
yes,
get what I'm
I've
saying?
heard that before. Yeah.
So I don't know if I said it right, but if you're not doing anything productive, my bruh,
anything can just slip in there.
and it's not just drugs, bruh. It's alcohol as well.
Yo, alcohol is a pandemic.
Exactly, in itself.
Yeah, it goes that cheap.
You get what I'm saying?
It's
because
tough.
there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do.
There's no
nowhere to
development.
go. There's nothing to do. So it's a job for guys like me and you that see it, that they have to bring more entertainment back home.
Yes,
More activities to do.
that's so true.
Support more of the youth, get them to do more sports. Show them that, like, because obviously you can tell the kids, go play soccer, but if they see no one is going anywhere with the soccer team.
Or the team is getting less and less and less. Why would you stay?
Like, why would you stay?
Yes.
Like, the stadiums are getting less. There's no more shows. Like, there in Brempak, there used to be in the community hall, there used to be shows like galore every year, bro. I remember crying to my mom probably every second month. I just want to go to the show, mommy. You get what I'm saying? Like, crying. These days, like, yo, bro, I come home and
there's no such
I'm
thing.
chilling somewhere and just drinking. And even for you come this side, you're like, yo, I'm gonna get drunk again.
That's all there is.
You get what I'm saying? So, like, it's definitely just finding things for the youth to do, man. That's all.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, we've had a nice chat, bro. Just before we close off,
Yeah,
I want us
yeah.
to talk about the positive side. You were talking about shrooms just now.
Yeah.
What's the positive that you kind of grabbed from doing an experimental drug like that?
So let me first outline the negative, because I never outlined the negative. Outlining the negative is that it's not real. Like that what do you call that euphoria, that what it brings to your dopamine. It's not real. That happy feeling, first of all, that's the biggest negative. It's never real. That happiness that it gives you, it's not real. That invincible feeling it's giving you, it's not real. So get that into your mind first. What's reality is, it doesn't get affected by any chemicals or any burning bush or anything like that. Like, if you feel like you're happy or you smoke the blunt, you're happy, that makes you happy. It's not real, right? Your reality is who you are, sober minded. If you're only happy when you're drinking, and you're only happy when you're doing some kind of drug, get help, for real. Like, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Secondly, the positive thing is spirituality. That has to be it. Like, I'm not saying like in terms of that. Like, as a guy, I seldom find myself crying over things. And whenever I take shrooms, I cry. Like, have this sobbing cry, that You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which feels absolutely amazing. It cleanses me. It gets me really emotional, and also it takes me to I don't know why every time I take shrooms I'm like I'm deep in my feels. Like I actually feel like, thanking God a lot more and things like that. So it's a really spiritual feeling that I don't know how it comes about. But again, I'm not glorifying it. I'm just saying like it's not real. I'm supposed to feel like that every day. I'm supposed to feel appreciative every day, not just when I take shrooms. Don't just want to feel appreciative when you take shrooms.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I'm telling everybody. But yeah, that's all I wanna say, man.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, bro. I always want people to know, even for myself.
Yeah.
Like one day I might wanna try shrooms
No,
for some therapeutic reason.
No, do it. But first of all, do it with someone that's done it before. Number one, do it in a very comfortable space and environment, a space and environment that you used to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you will spot the differences. Because it's not a lot. It's just like a color visual effect. So you'll see the colors more brighter. But being in a place that you know, you will realize it. Okay, and you see your curtains every day, so you realize, oh, this blue is like what?
Okay, yeah.
It's like greenish now.
It's nothing scary.
It's not scary because you know your room, you know your environment. So do it in an environment that's really safe. Do it around people that obviously care about you and people that have tried it before.
Yeah.
Don't do it in front. Don't do it with strangers.
Don't do it for a girl.
Yeah, don't do it for a girl. Shout out to the girl that you meet. I'm not gonna name names, by the way.
Yo, bro. In closing, bro, is there anything that you'd like to tell the seekers about you, where to follow you, where to find you? What are your plans for the rest of the year? Yeah, man.
Before I go there, man, I wanna say, appreciate you, bro. Really appreciate you, like, for this opportunity, man. What you're doing is marvelous. You get what I'm saying?
Thanks,
like,
bro.
A lot of people don't see what you're doing behind the scenes, and this is a part of growing. You get what I'm saying? I love that you want to give back, you want to give people a chance, because there's really no reason for us to sit here in front of the camp. You get what I'm saying? But I want to appreciate you for acknowledging and seeing, the good in us, and being able to take that and say, you want to share it with the rest of the people that you have and with the seekers. So I really appreciate that, bro. May you be blessed. I hope you guys, subscribe more to the page, and I hope that you guys, like and comment. This is, like I said on the other show, like, this is a form of currency, and through likes and subscribes, and I think Ricky also said it in comments, and following, it's a form of currency. So if you want to see your brother win, do that. It's very important for you to do that. Second of all, like, follow me on Instagram at Genoside 9499. If you don't know, that's our code over here. So I'm rapping Kronstadt as well, 9499 kid.
Yes, sir.
Small town kid. I love being a small town kid, man. It's the most amazing thing in the world.
Yes.
What's gonna come up next? I'm gonna drop a project called Complex Comfort, which will be coming probably by July or latest August. It's an amazing project, worked on by Freaky, Darkness, and Louis. It's an amazing project. It's a little bit more lighter than the darker sides of my music, but it's more fun, but it speaks a lot more. It doesn't go off the normal topics, but it's something that you would enjoy and play around with. And the last thing I want to say is just shout out to everybody that really supports me and that's watching right now. Like, I love you guys. Shout out to Freaky, shout out to Louis, shout out to X, shout out to Mvenyama, shout out to Christian, shout out to Cristiano, Ryan, Darkness. Really appreciate the people. Karabo, really appreciate the people that's been working with me, man. Effortlessly. This has been amazing. Shout out to Malachi as well. So this has really been amazing, man. I appreciate the people that have been behind me. Like, you need people that fend for you. Till next time.
Yes. Your boy Genoside, Grunstad's very own to the world, bro.
Are you gonna play music while I'm dancing?
Yes, we definitely gotta figure out how we're gonna play that music. But it's been your Seeker, INDIKODE, Indie Code. Catch you next time, Seeker.